WEFM is SVG.
The Midday News headlines is coming to you with the kind compliments of courts. That should be the Midday News is coming to you with the kind compliments of courts.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Find the season's best deals at Courts. Shop today for up to 50% off on your favorite items like the Sony 50-inch 4K Smart TV. It's now just $3,799. Save $1,800. The Ashley Callion Love Seat is now only $2,299. Save $700. Save $600 off the Whirlpool 9 cubic foot refrigerator. Now $1,999. And get this Technical Pro rechargeable speaker, now only $849. With Ready Finance, shop today with no cash and get 90 days for your first payment. It's the season's best deals, only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez is calling on taxi drivers, tour operators, fishermen, and others to be ready for when the Sandals Resort in Bocaement opens to the public in January 2024. Minister Gonzalez said that once the resort is opened, it is expected to have 1,500 guests per week. The Finance Minister was at the time urging stakeholders to be ready to reap the benefits of this increased number of visitors. We hear more from Minister Gonzalez.
I want the taxi drivers to hear me. I want the tour operators to hear me. I want the fisher folk and the farmers to hear me. That the Sandals Resort, which they tell me is going to have 1,500 people a week in that resort, because most people stay about 4 days, and it's going to be full the whole time. So they're going to have about 1,500 people a week in that resort, and they'll be there in January.
That was the Minister of Finance, Camilo Gonzalez. The Finance Minister also made mention of the beautification works that are set to take place at Bocaement Bay next to the Sandals Resort, which will encourage those 1,500 guests to buy local products and services from those in the community during their stay. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, the RSVGPF, is investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of 66-year-old farmer of Cedars, Randolph Carlos James. Investigations revealed that on January 19, 2023, James's body was discovered with injuries to the head. A post-mortem examination of the deceased revealed that he died as a result of blunt force trauma. James's death marks the third homicide for the year 2023. Police are asking persons with information that can assist with this investigation to contact the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime at telephone number 1784-457-1211, extension 4816, or any police officer or police station you are comfortable with. The RSVGPF has given the assurance that any information received will be treated confidentially. Still on the local scene, in a first for an OECS member country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is set to launch a pilot program for the establishment of an inclusive school system on Beckway in partnership with the Sunshine School. According to a release from the Agency for Public Information, the program will seek to mainstream the educational opportunities of students with disabilities and other challenges, leading the way to an inclusive education system. Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez, while noting that this is the first of its kind within the Organization of Eastern American States, the OECS, said the project is being funded under the World Bank's Human Development Service Delivery Project and will also include an enhanced curricular and remedial education programs in Union Island and Beckway. Budget 2023 will see the government's continued investment in and expansion of education facilities across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. On to news in the region. Countries in the region are being warned by the Caribbean Public Health Agency CARPHA that mosquito-borne diseases such as dengue, chikungunya, and Zika are still circulating in the Caribbean. CARFA said that it wanted to emphasize the importance of prevention and control measures to reduce the transmission of these viruses and that the agency remains committed to strengthening public health systems for early detection and response to the emergence, re-emergence, and spread of these infections. CARFA's Executive Director, Dr. Joy St. John, said the agency's medical microbiology laboratory has the capacity and remains ready to test and provide a diagnostic confirmation of suspected cases in the region. Dr. St. John said that member states must maintain a strategic approach to surveillance and sample collection and submission to increase the chances of early identification of infections. The Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, has dismissed an application by former Attorney General of Guyana, Senior Counsel Basil Williams, who sought special leave to appeal a lower court ruling refusing to grant him leave to appeal a decision of the full court of the Supreme Court of Guyana. In its ruling, the CCJ, which is Guyana's highest court, also upheld the lower court's ruling not to grant Williams an extension of time to lodge the appeal. Former Deputy Solicitor General in the Attorney General's office, Pritima Kissoon, had sued Williams and the Guyana National Newspaper Limited for defamation. According to Loop News, the dispute arose because Williams, while holding the office of Attorney General, was dissatisfied with the manner in which Ms. Kissoon handled certain political cases involving the then opposition People's Progressive Party Civic PPPC. Williams ordered her off all political cases after the appeal in a matter between the Attorney General and Barrett Jagdeo, which was under Ms. Kissoon's care and control, was dismissed. The former Solicitor General argued that Williams abused and vilified her in the press, and as a result, she sued him in his personal capacity for defamation. On the international scene, a 66-year-old immigrant farm worker was formally charged with premeditated murder on Wednesday in the fatal shooting of 7 co-workers near San Francisco, the second of 2 gun rampages in California in recent days, in which 18 people were killed. Reuters reports that Shun Li Zhao, a Chinese citizen and the lone suspect in Monday's massacre at 2 mushroom farms in the seaside town of Half Moon Bay, was formally presented with 7 counts of murder and a single count of attempted murder during his first court appearance in nearby Redwood City. Zhao was ordered held without bond during a brief hearing before a San Mateo County Superior Court judge. He was reportedly expressionless through the hearing. He was assigned to 2 private defense lawyers. No plea was entered. The next court proceeding in the case was set for February 16, 2023. And finally, in sports, England captain Ben Stokes has been named as the ICC Men's Test Cricketer of the Year 2022. Stokes' year on the Test scene was one to remember, his 870 runs keeping him as one of the leading batters in the game as he added 2 more centuries to his name. Most notably, a first innings 103 against South Africa in the second Test, according to Sky Sports. While Stokes' skills are always on show, it is his leadership as Test captain alongside new head coach Brendan McCullum that has caught the attention of the cricketing world. It is this strong conviction to go for the win from Stokes that has led England to 9 wins in 10 Tests, with series victories on home soil over New Zealand and South Africa, plus a remarkable 3-0 victory in Pakistan, in which his side scored the most runs ever on the opening day of the Test match. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Find the season's best deals at Courts. Shop today for up to 50% off on your favorite items like the Sony 50-inch 4K Smart TV. It's now just $3,799. Save $1,800. The Ashley Callion Love Seat is now only $2,299. Save $700. Save $600 off the Whirlpool 9 cubic foot refrigerator. Now $1,999. And get this technical pro rechargeable speaker, now only $849. With Ready Finance, shop today with no cash and get 90 days for your